Heat speeds up the decomposition process. The drying of the skin, the sunburning of the skin, the drying of the eyes. Often they're so sunburned they're blackened. Heat is a destroyer. So this is my office. Body bags, these are all extras. Infant death supplies in here as well.
After 31 years recovering dead bodies for New Mexico's Office of the Medical Investigator, it's only in the last 2 summers that Laura Mae Williams has had to visit the borderlands nearly every day.
It's not uncommon for me to come down for one body that's been found, and then Border Patrol finds another one, or maybe even 2 additional ones in different locations.
So several bodies a day?
Yeah, correct.
In the New Mexico desert just west of El Paso, the number of people who die after crossing the U.S.-Mexico border has gone from a handful a year to 116 last year to more than 120 this year so far. The deaths continued at this pace even as, this summer, the total number of migrants crossing the border went down. The vast majority die from the heat. Some are found intact, others as skeletal remains. Many are in their 20s and 30s. One night, in what turned out to be the world's hottest June on record, a passerby found the body of a young woman named Odilia Lopez Vasquez of Tacaná, San Marcos, Guatemala.
Hello, my name is Nyla and I'll be your Spanish interpreter. Please go ahead.
Una persona tirada aquí a la orilla de la carretera.
Okay, is this person breathing?
No se ve.
Are you willing to try CPR?
No, aquí ya no se mueve, ya le estuvimos hablando y no se mueve.
The officers, they saw drag marks into the desert. Unfortunately, she wasn't found in time to get help, but she was found.
Odilia had crossed the border once before, 4 months prior. She turned herself in to Border Patrol to request asylum, but was denied and deported. We spoke with her mother in Guatemala.
Por no tener dinero aquí en Guatemala, por eso fue a otro país y lo que pasa ya no se puede trabajar en otros pueblos. Allá en Chiapas ahorita allá está la delincuentes. Entonces decidió ir para allá como para sacar a una adelante.
So Odilia tried again, this time hiring a smuggler to get into the U.S. undetected. On June 13th, the smuggler guided her and a group into the desert. Temperatures that day reached 109 degrees. Odilia's smuggler later told her family that while they were walking, she asked to stop and rest. He said he left her behind with the intention of going back for her, but that when he returned, she was gone. He sent her family this picture of Odilia in the place where he'd left her, and a screenshot of his messages to her, unreturned. Odilia was found that night near a roadway. According to the medical investigator's report, she had been dragged about 700 feet. She did not have her phone. The only belongings she had were cash, a piece of paper with U.S. phone numbers, and a hair tie. Odilia's cause of death was hyperthermia due to heat exposure. She was 20 years old. Over text, Odilia's sister questioned the smuggler about his story.
Como $14,000 que se quedó debiendo y ese dinero todavía lo debemos nosotros.
¿Cómo se siente usted ahora, habiéndola perdido?
Se siente destrozado. Ahorita lo que me siento es irme con ella allá, donde está ahorita. También partir sobre esta tierra.
So the place where she was found is, according to the coordinates, just east of this little dirt road here. Okay, we should be coming right up on it. Oh my God. It's literally within sight of this subdivision, of these houses. It's like a couple of dozen suburban houses. It would probably take me maybe 3 minutes to walk from here to there. And she didn't. She couldn't. She couldn't make it. So the question is why? Why all of a sudden from one year to the next did the number of people dying right outside of a major city on the border skyrocket? And there's only one consistent explanation. First responders, elected officials, various officials here in El Paso believe that the thing that contributed to the sudden rise in the number of deaths is Operation Lone Star.
Texas is stepping up to secure the border and to keep our communities safe. To achieve that goal, about a month ago, I launched what we have named Operation Lone Star.
Starting in 2021, Texas placed concertina wire and deployed National Guard troops and state police to the urban areas where most migrants attempt illegal crossings. In El Paso, this pushed people just west of the city, over the state line into New Mexico. It's a small patch of land close to exurbs and highways, but in summer it's hot and dry enough to claim lives by the hundreds. In a statement, the Texas governor's office blamed the deaths on the federal government and said Operation Lone Star helps redirect migrants to legal crossing points, adding that Texas will continue to utilize every tool and strategy to deter and repel illegal crossings.
There are times that my feet are burning, even with my thick-soled boot and another layer in there. So if you just have a thin shoe on, your feet are burning.
Why is it that people can't make it through this 3-mile stretch of desert?
Oftentimes they have been weeks traveling. They're not eating as often or as regularly as they should. They're dehydrated, not getting fluids in.
So right now it's 93 degrees according to my phone.
So right now, I don't know if you can see that, it's 134.8. In the summer especially, it's incredibly hot out here. So you can imagine in those extreme conditions, even if you're well hydrated and well fed, it's going to wear on the body.
Bodies recovered in the desert are moved to Albuquerque, to the office of the chief medical investigator.
We have 16 autopsy tables total. Some days we have more decedents than we have autopsy tables.
Are many of these deaths preventable, in your view?
The answer, in my opinion, is yes. And there are instances where we have been told that the family was called by their trafficker and said, we're leaving them behind because they're falling behind. They could have called for help for this person. They could have provided nourishment. Instead, they took their one method of communication where they could have called for help and left them to die. So why is this not a homicide?
I don't know the politics and I don't care, that's not my business, but you know, whenever I see a person, whether they die at home or out in the desert or in a car crash, I always talk to them and I always wonder, you know, what happened? What got you here? I can only imagine their struggle, you know, the last few hours or whatever. And I feel bad that they had to die that way and usually alone. This is their journey to make their life better, is what I have to believe. I always hope they didn't suffer, even though this is not an easy death. So I know they did.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.